All right, round 2. We've got the choice again. We're gonna play first. Yeah, this hand seems good. Got the preordained to find some ramp creatures or something to use natural order, so to get our progenitus. So I like it. Very combo-ish. Or is it? I don't think it's combo. I think I might be using that incorrectly sometimes. So combo is when you're doing like 100 things comboing together. Synergy is natural order and progenitus, where it's just two cards that interact very positively together. Let's go ahead and preordain, see if we can't find something good here. I think we can bottom Scalding Tarn and top Research. Mostly because card draw is good. Let's see what our opponent's doing. All right, perhaps red burn. All right, Shrine is quite good. I do have some ways to deal with that. Gonna have to find them, but I do have ways to deal with that. All right, let's play the... Well, actually, I don't think I do want to play Temple Garden. That might be the land I want to discard to research. I almost want to just play the Wooded Foothills now, but I think it's still worth keeping in case we get the Lotus Cobra. So let's just play a Forest and pass. Just still trying to set up for a turn 4 natural order, but the only way to do that is really draw a creature, a cheap green creature. So I imagine some sort of blue-red, maybe counter burn. All right, let's drop a Forest because they're better for Raphellos. And then we'll play the Compulsive. Let's discard the Temple Garden. Alright, well, unfortunately finding 3 lands, no ramp, not super helpful there. So now if I draw... Oh, okay. I can tolerate that. It puts a counter on Shrine, deals 2 damage to us. This isn't bad. At least he's not even doing anything else. All right. Opposition. Yeesh. That doesn't seem that good. I guess I got nothing else going on. So we play the opposition. This way, I guess if I draw Deranged Hermit, it's pretty awesome for us. All right. So straight up just some burn. That was not an ideal draw. All right. Guess we gotta wait again. Should probably turn off my opponent's draw step. Still no plays or lands. Probably got a counter, but ooh, well, I think we go for it here. So what we try and do is resolve our Lotus Cobra and immediately do natural order while we still have priority. I like it. Oh, he could have the counter though. Whatever. If he counters this, doesn't matter. He could also counter the Garrick by the same token, so... Oh, well, he's not countering, so let's get Progenitus out there. Let's tap his blue-red source. Impulse. All right. Well, if I play the Impulse, I can't play Garrick, which I kind of want to play. We do get in for 10 here. Impulse or Garrick. Probably Impulse. The reason I want to do Impulse is I want to find a counter spell. I want to find Force. I want to find... yeah, because I can hardcast Force. I want to find Cryptic. Hermit seems insane. So now we can bottom these. So let's get in with Proj. Let's drop the Harbor, play the Hermit. Get our tokens, pass the turn, upkeep, tap down on his entire mana base. He can burn here, but okay. Well, that was cool. All right. So we got to do our natural order. Just playing. We haven't seen what he's playing blue for. I mean, you have to assume it's for counter spells. Could also be for Snapcaster Mage. Because I did the blue-red counter burn deck a little bit as well. Indrik Stomp Howler currently could take out both the Shrine and his what was I gonna say? His Mox. How good is Mana Vault? Still pretty good. How good is Metamorph? Probably not as good. Do I have something I want to bring in besides Indrik? Probably not. If I do bring in Indrik, though, does it do me a bunch of good? I don't know. Sort of Fire and Ice is a monster in this matchup, I think. Kind of wish I had some life gain. Primal Command would be good. Master seems worse. Very susceptible to any sort of removal. I was going to say Opposition doesn't seem great, but man, it sure seemed good in that spot. Opposition's just too good to take out, I think. Turning off your opponent's mana base with a Deranged Hermit or an Avenger is pretty outrageous. I could see cutting the Metamorph just because I don't want to pay. I mean, I guess I don't have to pay life either. But what am I copying? Like, I'm not copying my opponent's stuff from what I can see. He's just burning me. So I'd be copying my own stuff, which is probably fine, but not amazing. I'd almost rather have the Stomp Howler just to take out his Mox and Shrine. Even though I already have Slime and Woodfall Primus for that. I mean, Metamorph copying Hermit or Avenger is also very sick, or Primus for that matter. Yeah, that's pretty filthy. It's all good. I think we just keep it the same. Six lands in a natural order. Let's look at the curve of our deck. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough. I think 6 lands is just too much. We got to do better than this hand. Six lands in a card that can't do anything on its own. Doesn't seem great. This seems fine. Needs some help since we're hurting ourselves, but I think we're going to keep it. Turn 2 survival. Nothing to ditch yet, I guess. Well, there's something to ditch. So now we can survival, get rid of our Progenitus to find Raphellos. I actually should have done the Tarn to find the volcanic island. I think I still might do that. I'm not going to crack this foothills immediately. Because I'd rather have the... Well, Alright, let's just get our survival out there. Doesn't matter if he counters that, but he didn't. So now we just want to get rid of Progenitus to find Raphellos. But Raphellos probably immediately gets burned out. There's a shrine. Could also find our acidic slime now, but I guess we can't play that for a little bit. I kind of want to... Well, then I can't do the compulsive. I guess I'm not... Well, he's got to kill Raphellos. I was going to say maybe I find the Cobra, but then I can't do the fetch right away. I mean, the good thing about Raphellos is it at least forces him to burn it, but I almost just want to play compulsive right away. Let's just draw. I was thinking if I wanted to use survival before, you know, leaving the mana up or whatever, but I think we just want a compulsive. Want to hit steady flow of land drops here. So we can only find our islands. What's compulsive? Alright, so here's what compulsive does for us. Well, it gets us Force of Will. Kind of don't want to discard this forest. I can ditch Fire and Ice and Progenitus. But then I don't have any creatures to ditch survival. And I kind of want to ditch this now to find Deranged Hermit so I can set up for an opposition again. So why don't we ditch... I can ditch Sword plus Garrick, but Garrick can also get us Progenitus. Let's ditch Sword and... Garrick, because I'm going to ditch the Progenitus to find Deranged Hermit. I can have Force of Will if I need it. And then I might be able to get a land drop next turn to get our Hermit online. But then he can Bonfire me too, something. I guess I could leave up the Force though. All right, let's ditch Garrick too. As much as I like Garrick. All right, so I've already played a land. Yeah. So I've got Force of Will, I've got Cryptic. We're still at a fairly healthy life total. I only need to ditch the Cryptic, I guess, if I have to. I can't play the Cryptic anyway, so Force of Willing it seems okay if I need to. Just no plays. Very surprised. Okay, so I think I actually want to Survival Upkeep here. It ups our chances of drawing a land, I think. Although I guess it doesn't, does it? Because it just replaces itself. So let's just draw first. Natural order, jeez. All right. So can I Survival Progenitus to get a Cobra? I still don't have the resources to do everything I want to do. I can Opposition, then I can't use Survival until next turn. But it's like I need to figure out exactly what I want to do. I don't have the 5th resource to get our Deranged Hermit out for the Opposition, but I could just draw into it. Could just play Opposition now. I can't leave up Cryptic. I can leave up Force. Can't Natural Order yet. I kind of want to just wait. And then maybe end of his turn, ditch the Progenitus. Although I probably don't even want to do that, do I? The reason you don't want to end of turn it is you still have a chance to draw Progenitus, so I almost want to just play Opposition. Here's the thing. If I ditch Progenitus, I can just find an Elvish Mystic, and that way if I draw a land, I can play Mystic plus Natural Order right away to get Progenitus, even though he and have Force backup. Yeah, I think that's our best game plan. So I am going to end of his turn find an Elvish Mystic and then just hope to not draw Progenitus when it goes back into our deck. So we'll pass. I know I'm using a lot of time, but it's only because this seems, I'm trying to find my best line here to get Progenitus out and win with it. Still very confused about my opponents not playing of spells. Just must be flooded or something. I really don't know. But the reason to Survival now is I need all 5 resources to play Mystic plus land drop Natural Order. So get our Mystic. And remember, we're going to be able to resolve our Natural Order past his counters because of our Force of Will. So just need a land drop. Did not get it. It's all right. Let's preordain to find it. Bottom, bottom. There's our land. So now we play land. Crack land for blue source. Or green source if we want, but we want blue. Can't leave up Cryptic this turn. But next turn we can do Mystic plus Natural Order. So let's just opposition here. See if this gets a counter out of him maybe. Nope, just F6ing. Alright. So next turn we get to do Mystic Natural Order with Force of Will into Progenitus or Deranged Hermit or Avenger of Zendikar. I think Avenger of Zendikar is probably our best bet, actually, since we can just lock down his board. Not allow him to play spells. Although Progenitus is a 2-turn clock, that's also probably pretty difficult to deal with. If we draw a land, I'm much more tempted to do the... I mean, I guess we're still having to contend with this Shrine of Burning Rage as well. I mean, getting a Progenitus just puts him on a 2-turn clock, which is definitely pretty good. It's nice that Progenitus is currently on the bottom of our deck as well. All right, we'll let him Imperial Seal, because it only puts it on top of his library. So I admit I'm a little more tempted to do Avenger now that I can tap down 6 of his lands. So it'd be all of his resources except the Library of Alexandria. But Progenitus kills him faster, so with between Force and Cryptic Command backup, I may just want to... Unless I think he can do 17 damage faster than I can attack him twice with a Progenitus. Which is possible. I kind of want to draw a blue spell so I can Force of Will and keep my Cryptic Command, because that's going to allow me to counter 2 really important spells that he may or may not try and resolve. Because next turn I'm just Mystic, Natural Order, Progenitus. And there's not a ton he can do about that. All right, Master's fine. So let's play Mystic. Immediately Natural Order before he gets priority. Get our Progenitus. Even though Avenger is good too. I'd rather go for the 2-turn clock with Force backup. So here's kind of the... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I think this is the best. And then I just upkeep, I guess tap his volcanic island to keep him off double blue. Oh, I guess he still has double blue. Whatever. Keep him off a resource. Alright, so he can char us here, taking us to 13, plus that. I don't think I'm going to force a will that one. Not yet. Maybe he found bonfire. I could see that. Alright, well, I've got to force that. Although it cost me a life. No, I can't. Here's I want to keep the master for the survival, because I can potentially draw a land and get acidic slime to make him use the shrine, but then he might be able to deal 7 damage to us. I don't know. Let's ditch the master though. Do I want to find slime to force that, or do I want to do hermit to turn off his lands? Hermit's going to work better with the opposition if I can draw land. Although forcing him to use the... But then he only has to deal 7 damage. If he has... forcing him to use this shrine seems good if I can draw land. Can't draw land. Alright. Let's get in with Progenitus. Can ditch Avenger to find a ramper, I guess. I guess Cobra, maybe. Although I guess this lets him Searing Blaze. So maybe that's not the wisest. I guess this gets me around sacrifice effects. So he has to deal 6 damage to us. That doesn't seem that hard for him at all. He has to deal 6 damage plus crack a shrine. He really only has to deal 5 damage to us. It seems super easy for him to do. I think us missing that land drop kind of sucked because I really wanted to force that shrine. And I forgot to use opposition too. I can't believe we won that. Alright, well, despite my meandering play there and indecision about whether I wanted to go the Proj plan or the opposition plan, it still panned out for us. I feel like our opponent didn't do anything that entire game. So, surprisingly won, but happy to win. So, I guess I'll see you in the finals.